Welcome to Hybrid Diaries, episode 9. I'm super excited to introduce you to the founder of Redline Fitness Games. He's a good friend of mine, Callum Meehan. Callum, welcome to the show.
Thank you, mate. What a pleasure. Pleasure to be here.
So Callum is over in Malaysia. That's right, Callum, isn't it?
Yeah, Kuala Lumpur.
He's about 4 hours ahead of me at the moment. So we've been trying to get this podcast going. I've been trying to get in contact with him for a few weeks. He keeps missing my messages and I miss his messages, but we finally got him on. So like I said in the intro, Callum is the founder of Redline Fitness Games, and Redline is a new hybrid fitness event. Tell us about it, Callum. I've seen it's taken off. It's gone mental. We just had a little bit of a chat before I started recording here. He told me it's going crazy and you're really happy. So tell us more about it, mate. What is it?
Yeah, well, that's it. Redline Fitness Games is a new functional fitness event series. We're kicking off with event 1 this year. You've probably seen on the socials. We've had a bunch of mini events that are popping off, and people are really getting into it, getting behind it. The first event this year is a race through 12 functional fitness stations, as fast as you can. So similar to the setup we've seen with other functional events. Pure fitness, get through the stations as much as you can, as fast as you can.
Yeah, nice. And what are those stations, mate? Are they, obviously you've got Deca, you've got Hyrox, they're standardized. Is Redline standardized or does it change?
So Redline from event to event changes. That's really one of our unique points, is we want to keep Redline Fitness Games truly functional in the aspect that it's never the same. So from event to event, you're always on your toes, always training for everything. Our first one's a race, and that's largely because of the simplicity of it. Everyone in our space knows fitness racing and knows how it works. I think it's important for those new to it to get something simple the first time around, so it's easy to go through. So we go through 12 stations. Some of them are your classics, like we've got run, sled push, sled pull, row, farmers carries. And then some that are a bit more unique. Bike erg is our second station. So you go from a run straight into a bike erg, and then third is a sandbag gauntlet. So that's sandbag on the shoulders, 20 squats, followed by a 20-meter out and back lunge. And then for the competitive level, you do that twice.
Nice.
And then you roll from there into a sled pull. Again, slightly different. We wanted to focus on upper body strength with this one. So it's stationary feet parallel, like you're squatting, and then upper body only with the pull. Nice. So good for the gym bros like yourself, George. And then we roll through. We continue to roll through a bunch of different. So we have farmers carry after that, and straight into a row. And then we've got some of our more unique and new stations that come out following that. The 3 ones we're introducing is pendulum shots. So this is incorporating balance and core into it. Basically, you stand, a half Bosu.
Yeah.
So you stand on a half Bosu ball, balancing, pick up a wall ball, and then you're throwing it at a wall that's 1.1 meters on either side of you.
Right. Okay. I'm trying to picture that.
So if you can imagine, like, I'm in the middle on a Bosu ball, and then on this side of me, there's a wall.
Yeah.
Just a wooden wall. Same on this side. Yeah. And you throw, bounce off the wall, catch. Throw, bounce off the wall, catch. You got 50 reps of that.
50. 5-0.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, I would be all over the place stood on a Bosu ball with that. I'd love to watch people do that though.
Yeah, I'll send you a video afterwards. It's we like everything in fitness racing. When you're fresh, it's not too bad, but under race intensity, it sucks. It's really takes a lot of focus, a lot of concentration. But it's good. It's incorporating, parts of fitness components that are often neglected, like balance, into the race.
What happens if you drop the ball or you fall off the ball? Do you have to restart or you just continue, you reset and go again?
Yeah, no rep, reset, go again.
Okay, fun.
Yeah, we should hear a record amount of swear words in fitness racing come out of this station.
Who came up with the idea then, mate? Did you come up with the idea of Redline? I think we just said before we started recording, I saw you did a poll on your Instagram about what should we call this new event, this fitness event, and was it your idea solely, or did you like just get a bunch of mates that together with the idea who came up with the stations, or is it like a team?
All of the above. I think the original concept, the concept's been in my head for a long time now. As you know, I've been in Malaysia for about 6 years, starting off in the gym industry, managing different fitness clubs. I had a lot of success early with my own class, which grew from like 5 people to, before I left, we had one of 200. And that was a Thursday night class that was the same Redline concept. Basically, it was always a gamified measure and test based workout that you run through. And the structure always changed, but it was just a bunch of different fitness components that were involved in that. And the community we grew around that, and just the feel for always really pushing the limits during that workout, people loved it. And so that's where the concept came from. It then transitioned into the idea, okay, how do we put this as a mass event format and throw it into something that everyone can do?
Nice. And the stations, so you said they're changing. Is that you have a team then? So between you and the team, you're going to come up with different like stations each. What is that, like seasonal? Are you doing that so you get the fastest time of the season, and then each season they're going to change? That's going to work?
Yeah, so I guess in that aspect, the gamification of the event similar to CrossFit. I do have the best team on the planet. I think everyone who's been to some of our events have seen that. So we bounce these different ideas, these crazy ideas off each other on, how we can make the workouts better. What can we do differently to keep it, truly functional and changing? So the idea behind future events is the key one is to measure and test your functional fitness in the most holistic way possible, so that it's fair for everybody. We want to put athletes of all backgrounds on the same playing field. At the moment, we see a lot of people who are strong runners dominate all these events, whether it's OCR or if it's hybrid racing. If you're a strong runner, you smash it. So we want to take people from, whether it's sport backgrounds, gym backgrounds, group fitness backgrounds, allow them to all be at the same starting point for our series.
Nice. Mate, how many events have you done? Because you said if you come to our events, have you done a few? Because I've seen a bit on Instagram, like you've been posting quite a lot about it. How many have you done so far?
Just mini ones. So we started off with a brand launch. That was a load of fun. So we hired out a small airport here in Kuala Lumpur, and we did our first mini event inside a hangar, like an airplane hangar.
Nice.
And then down the runway, we had some like runs and farmers carries. So that was our first, and that was more for the marketing, so we can get the word out to everybody. And then since then, we've been doing a road show around Malaysia, taking it to different gyms that are popular in the CrossFit or functional fitness space.
Nice. And what sort of like participant number are you looking at then for your events? Have you got like a cap for how many people you could let in?
Yeah, so 4,000 is the capacity and the goal. So we want to shoot for 4,000. It is truly so hard to predict. There's never been anything like this in Malaysia, let alone Southeast Asia. We know Hyrox has just entered Asia and Hong Kong. So we have a big goal. We're sitting at about 1,000 tickets now. So we've had an amazing start, and we're over twice the size of the previous biggest fitness competition in the country.
Nice.
So it's a great start, and we keep continuing to push, get the word out.
It's not a bad start, is it really? 1,000 tickets sold already.
Yeah, mate, it's a popping start. We're happy.
Mate, do you test out the course? When it's set up, do you run it yourself? Obviously, you're an athlete. We've raced each other in the past. We won't talk about that, but we won't talk about the end of that race. Do you test the courses out yourself then, and try and set like a fast time?
Yeah, mate, of course. You know me as well as I know you. I've tested. I've gone out to set the record before the event even happens.
Are people beating your time?
Pardon?
Are people beating your time?
We haven't run the full course in an event yet. Like at our brand launch, we used 9 of our 12 stations.
Right.
And then at our other workouts, we keep changing them to keep it fresh and get everyone entertained. So no one's raced the full course yet. if someone does beat it, I probably won't say what my time was.
Yeah, keep it quiet till the end.
Yeah, no, we've got some. I think we'll talk a little bit later, but we've got an invitational heat as part of it. So we've got some great athletes coming over. The
Nice.
mighty George should be one
I
of
was gonna say,
those.
you got my email.
Yeah, mate. I hope you're coming, but I will talk a bit more about that. We're just sending out invitations now
Nice.
to some of the international athletes.
Nice. And Matt, I can see on your shirt you've got Nissan across the front, and I saw from Instagram that you have partnered up with Nissan. So what's the deal there then? How's that working? It's a pretty big time partner to get with a brand new company, right?
Yeah, Nissan, they are really the dream come true. We started discussing the idea of a partnership around this event in the very early days. For a while now, they loved it. Their motto is discover excitement, and they're all about injecting the excitement and adrenaline into automotive. Exactly what we're doing with fitness. We're taking a huge audience, 330,000 plus gym goers in Malaysia. And we're finally getting an event, a purpose for them to drive towards and to excite them. So it's a great partnership fit. Redline in itself has come from the automotive speedometer.
Nice.
So they're amazing. They're supporting the event through and through, and it wouldn't actually happen without them. So it's a good start.
Amazing. I've seen you guys sat in the back of bid reg trucks with a giant kettlebell on the back. Looks really, really cool. So are they, did I see you guys dragging or pushing a truck as well or something? Did I see that, or am I making that up?
No, that was part of our brand launch. So we've got a killer, and this format's going to be repeated in our invitational at the event. A really killer invitational heat where it's basically an EMOM knockout.
Nice.
So you work for 90 seconds, it's like 12 people start. You work for 90 seconds, and at the end of that 90 on whatever station you're on, one person gets dropped off.
Right. Okay.
Go to station 2, 90 seconds, and mate, it's killer. You go all out, 90 seconds, next person gets dropped off. The last of that, when there's only 2 remaining, is a truck pull with the Nissan Navara.
Nice. This sounds like fun. I'm looking forward to getting that email for that one.
Mate, you'll be into it. And you will, Marcus Friesen is actually running our invitational, all of our international business development. He's a legend in the hybrid space. So he's running that, and he'll get your email over to you soon.
Nice. Mate, that was actually leads me on to the next question. So what are your plans for the future? I know, mate, you've not been going very long. But have you got, obviously it's taken off, like you said earlier, much more than you thought it would. Now, have you thought of the idea of it expanding? Obviously, I'm out in Dubai, you're over in Asia. Have you thought about it, the potential of it growing elsewhere? Are you looking to do that? Because I guess it is something that other people can do as long as they have the equipment, right?
Yeah, for sure. I think from the start, the dreams have been big, and the idea has been big because the gap, and you'll know this from Melissa, and you guys have done exactly the same with what you're doing there. The gap for functional fitness and fitness events in general that give a purpose to people that are training in the gym, because it's literally now probably the biggest market when it comes to exercise. Like in Malaysia, 20% of people that are exercising are in gyms. Second to that is running, which is 19%. So it's fitness as a form of exercise is taken off, but there's still no event for it. Every other exercise form in the world has an event or a game. Fitness is just way behind.
Yeah, well, we've seen that already with other events, right? And obviously, you're the next one in line with it, right? All these other functional fitness events, the numbers have just gone crazy. I think it started with Hyrox, then Deca, and obviously, looks like the next big one is you guys, mate. So it's awesome to see.
Game. So, and like Asia and Middle East are still largely untapped, and everyone does it different. I mean, Hyrox have I love it, like, and so do you. Hyrox and Deca are awesome, and there's so much space to still find out with these different kinds of events. So the more the better. We're growing and growing together. We want to get out and fill the Asian market as fast as possible.
Yeah, and I guess also there's like a lot of like crossover really, isn't there? If you do a Deca Fit, you're probably going to do a Hyrox. If you do a Hyrox, you're probably going to do a Redline. It's in the same space, so you're probably going to do all of them, right? People who like this functional way of like racing or training, they're probably going to want to do all of them. So each can support each other, right? It's really cool.
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly it. And like a lot of sports, it comes in different forms and variations, and people like variety. They like trying stuff that's different.
It's exciting as well, isn't it? It's challenging to try something different, like completely different. Mate, next question for you I've got. So obviously we chatted a little bit before we started recording, and you said you work for an events company. I saw from your Instagram you had this music run, and I saw you stood in front of it. It looked like thousands of people. Like, talk to me about that, mate. That just looks like a whole load of fun.
Yeah, it is. So I think what's got to be the best job in the world. I'm events director for Fresh Events Asia. So part owner as well. What we're a sports and entertainment events company, and so we have three now that we run. One is the music run, which we've just spoken about. It's a 20,000 person fun run / music festival, and it's epic. It's one of the coolest exercise environments you'll ever be in.
Talk to me about it. How's it go?
It's you come in, and it's basically the same as any other festival, the layout. And then you basically funnel through into a 5 kilometer run. There's different divisions, obviously, with the timed competitive guys, and then the more popular one is just the fun run that follows that. You head out into this course that's lined with speakers, so 5 kilometers of non-stop speakers, music blasting. We have lots of fun activations out on course that you can engage with and just look at. And then you come back in, you can enjoy the different activities, food, beverage, and then we rock into a crazy music festival, sweaty music festival at the end of it.
Nice. Mate, that's got to be like the only one of its kind, right? I've never heard of anything like that.
Yeah, so there's a few like color runs really popular. I think that's in Europe.
I have heard of that. I've heard of
yeah, it's unique. There's nothing exactly like it with what we're doing with the music and everything.
Sick. Sounds really cool. Changing direction slightly, mate. Obviously, I know you're an athlete yourself and you love to mingle in these events. I know you told me off air that you are being fully taken over by Redline and it's consuming all of your time. But what's your plans, mate? I know that obviously you started out, I met you through the Southeast Asia Spartan series back in 2018, and you were smashing it then. You kind of got more into the hybrid races. What's your plans, mate? Are you still trying to focus on a specific event, or I know are you going over to Fiji to do Spartan?
Yeah, I got so man, I'm stuck in the middle. I think it's popular. Like a lot of us are kind of stuck in the middle. I developed my running a lot because of Spartan and put a lot of focus on that over the last few years. Then Hyrox popped up and I did the big tour with you over last year through Europe, Middle East, and the UK. And I still love both. I think now the functional hybrid racing side has got me a lot more, just because it's testing those other parts of your fitness. And it's more like sport. I love the idea of sport and the community that's built, especially stuff like racing doubles is always good fun too. But I'll continue to do both for sure. Fiji, I can't wait for Spartan Fiji. That's going to be a good race.
Yeah. Mate, you mentioned doubles. You meant Hyrox doubles, right? I know you and Chris Lex seem to dominate you when you rock up in doubles. It's like you just beat anyone in your path, really. You've done 2:52 minutes, is that right?
Yeah, we did 52 something. I can't remember what. Nice. Yeah, we did it a couple of quick times. I love carrying Chris around. He's a heavy boy, breaks my back, but no, we love it. We know singles we're good, but we're not great. We're not world elite 12 material yet. But doubles, we've got a good combo going on.
Have you guys thought about trying to target worlds? Because obviously myself and Tarek did doubles worlds and they went to the pro weight, which was nice. And I saw that Hyrox are now from January doing doubles pro weight as a category. You thought about that? Have you two spoke about it?
Mate, like we haven't spoken directly. I think we're busy talking too much shit to each other. So we haven't actually spoke, but I know we'll both want to get into that. For us, it's better. Like we're definitely on the stronger side of athletes rather than the running side. So yeah, that's great for us. We'll have a crack. Sure.
Yeah, make it a bit heavier.
Yeah.
Awesome. And any other race plans? You got Fiji. Anything else? Anything else you planning to come out to the Middle East? I just asked you before we started recording about coming out for Hyrox Dubai, and you said no, which is a shame. Any other plans?
Yeah, like I can't wait to focus on my own racing again. The goal this year is to give everybody else the coolest experience within fitness they've ever had through Redline. And then next year, I would like to do that same tour through Middle East, Europe, UK, and get the battles going with everybody. That's the plan. What I'll do and where I'll go, I think, probably focus on a mixture of Deca, Hyrox. Yeah, there's a singles world record that I really want. That's for single standard Hyrox.
Nice.
So I missed that by seconds, but I did it the day after doubles with Chris.
I was gonna say I saw that. Yeah, so that's probably doable then, right?
Oh, yeah, mate, I hope so. So I want to crack that and then get into pro. I've got a shoulder surgery in November. That's always been a huge personal obstacle of mine. But I can't wait to get that done and then look to go pro in next year.
Have you tried pro?
Yes, yeah, I did. I did it in Frankfurt.
You did it the weekend after Paris, right?
Yes, yeah. I did the infamous moonwalk on the sled push. I had my shoes stolen in Vienna, my race shoes, 2 weeks before, the week before Paris, and then I raced Frankfurt in new shoes that were too big. Got to the sled, which was still way heavier than I was used to, and literally just moonwalked for a good 6 minutes.
Oh no!
It was a bit of a bitch, that one.
For those who don't know, we mentioned Paris just then. So me and Callum raced the Spartan Stadium race. We just had to figure it out, but it was April 2022, which is kind of hybridy, isn't it? Like it's probably Spartan's most hybrid, obviously excluding Deca, it's Spartan's most hybrid obstacle race. Would you say the stadium's your favorite, or is that the only one you've done?
That's the only one I've done. Mate, minus the stairs, it would definitely be my view. So how bad I was on the stairs. Like, take the stairs away, definitely my favorite. Such a cool race.
Yeah, and I think they did a great job. It's a shame. I think it was the last one at that stadium, but I think Spartan France did such a good job with that event. I just don't think they get the numbers to warrant putting that sort of event on at that place. But yeah, it was such good fun. Well, mate, is there anything else? Any shout outs for sponsors you wanted to give? I know that are you working with barbells as well? Barbells. I'm not sure how you pronounce them.
Yeah, bear bells, but the actually funny story with that, there is no proper way. I found out. I don't work with them personally.
Right.
I call them bear bells. They're fantastic. A girl named Cleona runs it here. So I work with them personally. We've done a little bit with them with Redline, and I'm sure we'll do a lot more with them in the future. Nissan, of course, I have to shout out. If you're training or working out and you haven't tried the Nissan Navara, get it. It'll make life 20 times easier with shifting equipment and being the boss on the road. So
nice,
brilliant for us to have.
Yeah. Well, mate, congrats again on Redline. It's really, really awesome to see. Hopefully, I'm going to get that invitation soon, and hopefully, we'll actually have you out in the Middle East racing as well.
Yes, you will do. 23rd, 24th September, block it. Get your wife to be over as well. I hope the dates work. I hope they work.
Yeah, let's see. All right, mate. Thanks for your time, and yeah, we'll catch up very soon.
All good. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, Callum.